What's up, everybody? This is Justin from Me, Myself, and Dice, a channel dedicated to solo board games. And today we're continuing our campaign of the Rise of the Red Skull expansion for Marvel Champions. Today we'll be taking on ZOLA. So let's not waste any more time, get down to the table and see what our heroes can do.
What's going on, Taskmaster? How did Hydra conquer New York City? It's not just New York, babe. Hydra rules all of America now. Madam Hydra brought Zola the Reality Stone. Then the Doctor used its power to put Hydra in charge. Where's Zola now? He set up shop on Ellis Island. Rumor has it he's doing weird experiments trying to develop the perfect soldiers for Hydra. I've heard enough. Let's go get him.
Down to the table, everyone. We've got everything laid out to get ready for our scenario against Zola. I did want to make a correction from last time. We've been using these improved defense upgrade and improved recovery upgrade cards, and that was a mistake. They actually have a double side to them: basic defense upgrade, basic recovery upgrade, and then the improved. They were flipped incorrectly whenever we chose them, and I didn't realize until someone pointed out. And I appreciate that. That's what the comment section below is for, is to help clear up any mistakes that were made. So we're going to set these back, and I might have changed me picking this for Natasha, but we're going to stick with it. So it's the same. You get plus 4 hit points. Your alter ego gets plus 1 recovery. It's just that you don't get to draw a card every time we use it. So this is going to stick with Steve. This is going to stick with Natasha. We have our 3 heroes that Steve saved last time, and what happens is these are the rewards. So we get to put these in Steve's hero deck. I really wish that I had prioritized Natasha saving one of them, because they go in the hero deck of who saved them. So these will get shuffled into Steve's deck. And let's shuffle all this up, and then we'll look at our scenario. All right, we've shuffled the decks up. We've shuffled in the stuff we need to shuffle into their decks and dealt out their starting hand. Before we get started, let's look at Island of Dr. Zola. Setup. Search the encounter deck for the Hydra Prison and reveal it. Each player searches the encounter deck for a copy of Ultimate Bioservant and puts it into play engaged with them. Shuffle the encounter deck. So first let's see what our heroes have, and then we'll have to find that out. Natasha has Stealth Strike, Genius, Strength, Stealth Strike, Tactical Center, and Stealth Suit. Steve draws Black Knight, Shield Block, Make the Call, Wonder Man, Energy, and Strength in Numbers. For Natasha, we're going to discard a Stealth Strike and Tactical Scanner and draw 2 cards. We get Covert Ops and Widow's Bite. For Steve, let's discard Wonder Man, Shield Block, Make the Call, Strength in Numbers. So we'll keep Black Knight and Energy and draw 4 cards. And we get Super Soldier Serum, Honorary Avenger, Power of Leadership, and Shield Toss. Okay, let's go in and find the copies of what we need out of this. Give that one more good shuffle and a cut. Set that out of the way. So we found Hydra Prison, which is what that calls for. When revealed, each player searches their deck, discard pile, and hand for a hero-specific ally and places it face down beneath the scheme. Place X threat on the scheme, where X is the total cost of all allies beneath it. Each player shuffles their deck. So we'll have to go in and find our specific allies, which is Winter Soldier for her and Agent 13 here. And then they each get an Ultimate Bioservant, which is 4 health, 1 scheme, 1 attack. Comes in with a tough status card, and Ultimate Bioservant gets plus 1 attack for each attachment on it, which is none right now. But it does start with that. Let's go find our allies. Went through both of their decks. We pulled out everything else we needed for setup. We have, first of all, the two allies, Winter Soldier and Agent 13. So 7 plus 1. This starts with 8 thread on it, and those will go underneath. We pull out the tactical scanner from her discard, and basic recovery upgrade goes underneath her. We have Cap Shield, emergency teleporter, and basic defense upgrade. And then we've done everything for setup there. Let's flip this over. It has a threshold of 12. There are 2 main schemes here, so it will roll over, unlike the last 2. It starts with 0 threat on it, gets 2 per turn. Forced response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 test counter here. Then, if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player, and remove 3 test counters from this scheme. So this will be a minion-heavy scenario, it seems. These are going to be our test counters right here. ZOLA has 2 scheme, 1 attack, retaliate 1. And he has 24 hit points. So let's put all that together, and we're ready to go. Let's make Natasha the first player. She has 13 health. Steve starts with 14 health. I think the first thing I need to do is get out Widow's Bite. I'll overpay for that so I can draw a card. We have Quake. We'll use Quake and Genius to get out her synth suit. I still have Stealth Strike and Covert Ops in my hand. Let's flip her over. She wants to hit him for 2 and take that tough card off. Steve will start off by bringing out the shield. Pay 2 to get Super Soldier Serum out. Use his discount to get Black Knight out. Still has a shield toss in his hand. Let's attack with Black Knight. Now he has an ability, Piercing. Discard any tough status card from the target before dealing damage. So he pierces through this and does 2 damage. And then we're going to flip Steve over and attack for 2 as well. This one's gone. Believe he's done as well. We'll keep Shield Toss. Hopefully I can use it next turn. He gets 4 core cards. We have Super Soldier Serum, Genius, Mockingbird, and Make the Call. I'm going to keep both of these as a just in case because we didn't make any progress there. So 3 cards for her. And we have Gauntlet, another Covert Ops, and Spycraft. Let's start the villain's turn by putting 2 on here. 1 test counter goes on here. Zola attacks Black Widow for 2. She will block that. And, I'm sorry, he attacks for 1 and 2. So she blocks all of that. That's good. Zola will attack here. Black Knight should have a consequential damage on him. Cap will block that as well. He blocks for 4. Hopefully that's not a problem. He only does 3. Cap gains Retaliate down to 23. Encounter cards. So Natasha's first. Pain Inhibitor is attached to the minion with the most remaining hit points without another copy. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. He gets plus 2 hit points and gains Retaliate 1. That kind of stinks. So he is now 6 hit points and has plus 1 Retaliate and gets plus 1 attack because he has an attachment on him. Not cool. And we have another Ultimate Bioservant coming out. He starts with Toughness. Widow's Bite's going to go off. It just takes the toughness off of him. He does get stunned, however. I'll gladly trade out Tough for Stunned. And then she can do 1 damage, so let's do it to this dude. Let's move to the hero's turn. Cap will get another Super Soldier Serum out, making for 2. I have Make the Call in my hand, so let's see what we have in our discard. Wonder Man is the only one we have in our discard right now. I think we'll hold off on bringing Wonder Man back out. Instead, spin Make the Call and Mockingbird to do a shield toss. And that allows us to do 4 damage to each, or to however many cards we discarded. So we can do 4 to him and get rid of him. He has 6 hit points, so we're only up to 5 on him if we should use our shield toss against him. Not quite enough. Black Knight will finish him off. He has Retaliate 1, so that finishes off Black Knight. But now Black Widow's free. Let's see what she can do with that freedom. Okay, since she's cleared off, we're going to spin 3 to play Covert Ops. Remove 4 threat from the scheme, confuse the villain. So at least make a little headway on that. The villain is confused. We still have her gauntlet. And I believe she should have been prepared or ready because of this last turn. So she will thwart for 2 more. And get that down to where we can free those allies next turn. Still has 1 card in her hand. Draws 4 more. Grappling Hook, Surveillance Team, Widow's Bite, and Followed. Ooh, that might come in handy. Steve gets 5. Honorary Avenger, Heroic Strike, Electra, then Steve's apartment. Let's ready them up. Okay, 2 threat on the villain for 4, 1 test. Zola wants to attack Cap, and he will block. Blocks for 4. He hits for only 2. So that's blocked. Black Widow will not block. He hits for 1. And we have a special ability. So he only hits for 1. So that goes down to 12. And then place 1 test counter on the main scheme. For each test counter on the main scheme, Zola gets +1 scheme and attack for this activation. So actually that goes down to 2. Or goes down by 2, so down to 11. That goes on here. And it stays until the beginning of the next part of that phase next turn. Deal some encounter cards out. This way. Steve gets Gang Up Treachery. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. So he attacks for 1. Place 1 test counter on the main scheme. I need another one. It's 4. And he attacks for 1, so Cap's down to 13. This can't be put on anything, so it gains Surge. And when revealed healer Zola attacks you, you are stunned. She is going to block this turn for 3. He attacks for 1. Doesn't get through, but she is stunned. And this has place 1 test counter on the main scheme. So we'll take 2 off, put 3, and it's going to be bad. This moves over, and the heroes get to go. I think we'll discard Surveillance Team and put out a Gauntlet. I think we'll do the Gauntlet to get out Widow's Bite, and then we'll discard Grappling Hook to get out Followed. Nothing was triggered, so she wasn't readied, so that's all she can do. Let's plop out Electra and pay a resource to deal 3 damage to an enemy. That'll be here. It's not an attack, so it's not retaliate. Let's pay 1, 2, 3 to play a Heroic Strike. We all know what happens. 6 down, so 14. And then he's stunned. I think we're going to flip Cap over. Actually, before we flip Cap over, let's discard this card to ready him so he can thwart for 2. I just want this gone. So this is gone, and it says when defeated, remove this scheme from the game and return these to the owner's hand. So Winter Soldier and Sharon. And maybe we won't flip him. So he gets retaliated on because he did an attack. This is going to do 4 damage to an enemy because that's gone. Down to 10. And I guess let's do 3 more. And that gets retaliate. So 1, 2, 3, down to 7. Wow, that was a hard-hitting turn. We'll keep Sharon in our hand. So 4 cards. We get Squirrel Girl, Power of Leadership, Falcon, and Avengers Assemble. Squirrel Girl could be very helpful next turn. We'll keep Winter Soldier as well. 4 more cards. Target acquired, Counterintelligence, Fury, and Dance of Death. This is discarded, and it's the villain's turn to act. 2 on here. 6. Now let's make sure we do this right. So there's going to be 6 counters on here. Let's just do that to be clean. After phase 1, place 1 test counter on here, which we just did. If there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player, and remove 3 test counters from the scheme. So it sounds like we only remove 3. So that means there remain 3 on there for the next turn. She's first player, so she gets the first minion, and I hope we don't go through too much of the deck. Glad to see Shadows of the Past gone. Good lord. Alright, Zola's Mutate. So Zola's Mutate is going to make us go through the deck as well. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a tech attachment is discarded. Attach that card to Zola's Mutate. So that is an armor. That is an experimental weapon. Oh no. First tech. Okay. We just went through at least half of our deck. Alright, this minion gets +2 and gains guard. So he is +2 hit points, is 7, gains guard. First, this is going to go off. It's going to do 2, will allow her to do 3 damage to him. And then Zola will attack Widow. He's stunned. Then he'll attack Cap, and think Elektra's going to jump in front of that. Alright, and then encounter cards. First here. Concussive Blast, Treachery. Deal 1 damage to each character you control. So she's down to 10, and she doesn't control any allies right this second. And then Treachery, the villain schemes. He can't, he's confused. Let's see if we can beef these heroes up a little more. First thing, there's a lot I would love to do with this hand. So the first thing I think we'll do is play 3. Nope. We'll play 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring out Falcon. Look at the top 3 cards for Treachery. There's 1 obligation and an attachment, so he gets to take 1 off of this. Down to 5. And then I will pay 2 for Squirrel Girl to come out. She does 1 damage to him, 1 damage to him, down to 6. Let's go ahead and thwart for 3 here. It's down to 2. Let's attack Zola with Cap. down to 4. He takes a retaliate 1. Widow will try to attack and stunned. That's not going to happen. Let's discard these 3 cards and play Dance of Death, which is an attack. It's 3 attacks. So we have to do 3 damage to him. So the first 2 attacks will be against him. That will knock him out. So attack of 1 and then an attack of 2, which adds up to 3. And then she has 1, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Ah, so close. Down to 1. And he retaliates for 1. She's down to 9. That's gone. I still have Fury in my hand. And sadly, I think that's all we can do this turn. For the villain, 2 on here. And 1 on here. And then we're removing 3 and going towards finding. All right, a mutate. Now we need a tech. Ooh, there's 1 card in the deck. Plus 2 hit points and guard, same that was on the last one. And I don't know if he attacked last time. He came out before, and so he should have attacked. So 2. So she's down to 7. And if I'm wrong, then I'd rather play where it hurts me than helps me. Okay, Zola wants to attack her. She'll block. She blocks for 3. He attacks for 1. And 1 more is 2. She blocks it fine. And we have to do some shuffling. So this is going to get a permanent acceleration token on it. Okay, that's all shuffled up. And we were in the middle of attacking. He's going to attack Cap. Squirrel Girl is going to take it. Actually, no, she's not. Cap's going to defend. He defends for 4. He attacks for 1, 2, 3. Ooh, Shadows of the Past. Not a bother. Retaliates for 1. Attacks for 3. That's not a big deal. And we have defeated Zola 1. Let's go get Zola 2. Zola 2. His scheme stays the same. His attack goes up to 2. Still has retaliate 1. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for test subject, side scheme, and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck. Let's find test scheme. Alright, it was right on top. We didn't have to go too far. So let's shuffle back up. Test subjects. When defeated, the first player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a minion and reveal that minion. We are on a serious time crunch here. With 1 acceleration already on there. We're doing good with this scheme and threat. We're keeping it low, but wow. This could go south and escalate quickly. Okay. So now we're at a, he has to attack, and Squirrel Girl will take that one. And then we have encounter cards, first for Steve, then for her. Man out of time obligation. He can't do that, so we forgot to draw up cards. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Honorary Avenger, Moon Knight, Avengers Assemble, Strength in Numbers, and Fearless Determination. So nothing that would have changed anything like a shield block. We have to discard half of our cards rounded down, which is 2. I think we're going to do... Let's do Avengers Assemble and Strength in Numbers. Even though that's a great combination, I don't think I'm going to have enough to pay for it. Well, maybe I would. We'll keep Honorary Avenger, Fearless Determination, and Moon Knight. She had Fury still in her hands, so 4 more for her. She got Counterintelligence, Acrobatics, Spycraft, and Grappling Hook. Okay, back to this. So we did that. It goes in the discard pile. I'm actually okay with that because it keeps that deck a little thicker if we have to go through it 3 times, which would really be bad. Berserker Mutate. He has Quick Strike, so he's going to attack for 2. I guess we'll take it down to 5. And then he's 3 health to attack. Okay, let's start by flipping her over. I think we need to do that first and foremost. I really want to play Fury, but I like the cards I have in my hand. So let's pay 1 and 1 to get out Grappling Hook. That'll save us from a treachery. We'll pay counterintelligence to get out acrobatics, which will save us from boost icons. He has 0 scheme, so that's actually really good. He actually came in with 28 hit points. So let's get that set up. Still has Fury in her hand, and we'll just hang on to it. Let's play Fearless Determination so we can draw a card. We got Strength in Numbers. Let's put out Moon Knight. We don't have a wild resource to pay for that. Let's discard a card for Cap to ready. Let's put Honorary Avenger on there. Gives him +1 hit point. So even if I hit with everybody, I don't have enough to really take him out yet. So I'm going to use the extra thwart while I have it. So 3 here. 1 here. Let's see what comes out. I'm going to go against Natasha, and it will be Ultimate Bioservant. So tough card on him. She doesn't have Widow's Bite out. Can't do anything about that. So he can't ready again. That's gone. And that should have been +1 card draw last time. So he was the first player. He would have had an extra card. Let's do that. Armor, attach to the villain. After the villain takes damage, give it a tough status card. 2 resources and exhaust your hero to get rid of that. I've got the 2 resources, but I can't exhaust my hero. So I don't want him to get a tough status card yet. Let's deal 2 damage to this dude. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Start there. All right, no cards in Cap's hand, so 3, 4, 5. Deck's starting to get thin. We have Fearless Determination, Quinjet, Avengers Assemble, Avengers Tower, and Shang-Chi. And then Natasha gets 5 cards to go with Fury, which I think I'll keep. So 5 more cards. Daredevil, Power of Justice, Widow's Gauntlet, Surveillance Test, Surveillance Team, Power of Justice. Okay, we put another counter on Falcon for his consequential for thwarting. 2, 3 goes on here. 5, 6, 7. So we're over halfway there. 1 goes on here. ZOLA will scheme. And he'll scheme for 2, 3. I think we will discard this, deal that boost icon back to him. 27, he gets his tough status card because he took 1, and we'll ping this tough off of him. Oh, she doesn't have her response. So we will not ping that tough off of him. Okay, and then he wants to attack Cap. Cap is going to defend. And it is, this gets shuffle the mutate back in the counter deck. So he attacks for 2. Cap easily blocks that. And can't forget the minions. So he schemes for 0. He schemes for 1. This is 8. He attacks for 2. And Falcon's going to take that. And then we have our encounter cards here and here. First one is Defensive Programming. Tech goes on the one with the highest remaining hit points, which is this one. Except he already has it, so it goes on the next one, which was this one. It gets 2 hit points in guard. Another Ultimate Bioservant. Starts with the toughness. And we have a defensive wall in front of ZOLA. Let's give Cap the first player marker. Let's see what we can do with that. I'm going to give him Fearless Determination again and draw a card. Shield Toss. All these tough status cards are killing us. All right, let's do Avengers Assemble to ready him. And then we'll pay 2 and exhaust him, which means he can't be readied again, so that's gone, to get rid of this Vibranium Armor card. He still has tough on him. I think Moon Knight will deal 2 damage to him just to get that tough status card off. And then discard 3 cards to do a shield toss. So 4 to 3 enemies. So 4 here. That makes 6 out of 7. Not quite enough. 4 here. Doesn't quite kill him. And then 4 here does kill this one. And he should take a hit. Alright, let's see what Black Widow can do. Let's do Surveillance Team to get out a gauntlet. Let's play 2 Power of Justice to get out Daredevil. Still have Fury in my hand. We didn't have any preparations. She gets +4 recovery. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Back up to 9. Daredevil will thwart for 2. 7, 6. Back down. And does 1 damage. Let's take that tough status off of him. Consequential. And I believe that's all she has. Before we draw cards, I do want to flip Natasha back. Just in case this goes off. I want to be able to deal damage. She gets 5 cards this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She gets Spycraft. Actually, she'd only draw 4. I haven't looked at the bottom one. So, Spycraft, Counterintelligence, Target Acquired, Energy, and of course Fury. Hopefully we can do something with him this turn. 5 for Cap, 4, 5. And we have Strength, Heroic Strike, Shield Block, Hawkeye, Cap's Helmet. Okay, I like Shield Block and Hawkeye in my hand. Villain's turn. 3 goes on here. 6, 7, 8, 9. This is going to go up to 3. So first player is Steve, and he gets another Ultimate Bioservant. Zola wants to attack. He will attack for 2, and we'll use Shield Block for whatever it's going to be. This gets shuffled back. So we block 2 damage. Shuffle this back in. The next one is the Mutate attacks for 2. Cap will actually block that straight up. Does not do any damage, but he does retaliate. And he's gone. And then we'll take 1 each from them. So, finish shuffling those up and drop down to 9. All right, Zola wants to attack her. She'll block for 3. And he does 2 damage. She blocks that. This is deal 1 damage to each character you control. So she's back down to 8. He gets a damage. Then he's going to attack, and Widow's just going to take it down to 7. Hard hitting. 1, 2. And then we have Caught Off Guard. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards were discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Oh, man. That's painful. I'm going to have to get rid of a Super Soldier Serum. And then Ultimate Bioservant. She still does not have Widow's Bite out. That stinks. With Tough. Let's flip this over here. Let's pay 4 and get Fury out finally. We're going to use his draw 3 cards abilities. We have Stealth Strike, Dance of Death, and Target Acquired. We are going to thwart with him down 2, back down to 7, and we're going to do 1 damage to him. I think we're going to play Dance of Death here. Let's see, we can do 1 here to get that off. 2 here to kill him. And then 3 to any one of those, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so 1 here to do tough off of him. So 2 damage to him will kill him off. And then 3 damage to something. Let's do it over here. Both are really low in health. Let's do it to this one. And then Fury is going to attack this one and kill him off. He's gone. And I believe that's all she can do right this second. Think about how I want to do this. Let's discard this to ready Cap. We're going to have Cap deal 2 damage to this dude. Zola loses his tough status card. It shouldn't come back into play. Then this for 1, this for 2. That's 3 altogether. And we're doing Heroic Strike against Zola. He's going to get stunned and lose 6 health. Finally doing some damage to him. He's down to 21. I still have Hawkeye in my hand. Let's do 2 damage here. Doesn't quite kill him. Oh, but he has an extra hit point. I forgot. So he's still out. And maybe we can get Hawkeye out next turn. Let's ready these guys up. We need to draw cards. Cap only has 1. We're keeping Hawkeye, so we got Quinjet. Shuffle up Cap's deck. All these enemies are just not allowing these heroes to get set up like I really like them to. With her preparations and his allies, we're just getting eaten through pretty fast as soon as they can come out. All right, that should do that. So we have 2, we need 3 more. We get his helmet again, Avengers Tower, and Fearless Determination. I think he gets an encounter card. Widow's also going to get an encounter card. She only has 4 in her deck. And she has Acrobatics, Safe House 29, Quinn Carrier, Agent Coulson, and Dance of Death. I'm liking what I see in that hand. She gets an encounter card. Okay, this goes up by 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, this is not good. 1 counter on here. Zolo is stunned. And then he wants to attack Cap. Fury's going to take it. He attacks for 3. Not that it matters. And then here we have a treachery. Yes, this can go off. Zola attacks you. You are stunned. This is going to go off. Before all that, he needs to attack, and we'll just let him attack. 6, down to 6. I don't want her to be exhausted. So she's going to respond with 1 on him. And then here, assault, the villain attacks you. He should have attacked for 1, which will just let go through. Down to 8. Now the villain attacks me, and I would definitely block that. He attacks for 2. This gets shuffled back in. So just 2, I block it. Do retaliate 1 down to 20. Get that mutate shuffle back in there, and we're already at least halfway through the deck. Right about halfway through the deck. Woo. And I forgot to actually deal out the actual encounter cards. So let's try that. So they each will get 1 more. This experimental weapon gains retaliate 1, so he actually has retaliate 2 now. And this one is concussion blast plus 1 attack and gains retaliate 1. Has retaliate 3. Ouch. Oh boy. Let Cap take the first crack. Let's play Fearless Determination to draw a card for Cap. We get Heroic Strike. It's too tempting not to do this. So there's 3. to play Heroic Strike. 6 damage here. Down to 14. And he does take 3 damage back. Down to 5. But he is stunned. That's something. And then I'm stuck with Avengers and Tower and Hawkeye in my hand. Moon Knight's going to attack this dude for 2. And that's going to use up Moon Knight. Thanks, friend. That and Honorary Avenger go in the discard. Oh, I think I'm going to discard Hawkeye to ready cap. And might as well thwart for 3. 1, 2, 3. Since he is there. And then we're going to flip. Still have Avengers Tower in my hand. Oh, so much I want to do with this hand, but I don't have the resources. So let's get Acrobatics out. Let's discard these 3 and get out a Queen Carrier. Just trying to think long term. I think she's going to deal 2 damage to this guy. And that's all they can do. Still not playing the way I want to. I'll keep Avengers Tower for 5. So he gets Quinjet, Heroic Strike, Super Soldier Serum, Avengers Tower, and Shang-Chi. She'll get 5. In Power of Justice, Target Acquired, Spycraft, Covert Ops, Surveillance Team. Villain turn. 3 goes on here. 1, 2, 3. Up to 10. 1 goes on here. These need to be readied. And he will scheme for 2. Plus 1 is 3. So we're going to go ahead and let this go. Flip over. So those will stay on there. Let's grab, we finished the island of Dr. Zola. Let's grab the Mad Doctor. The Mad Doctor. Zola's mutates attack you with blind obedience and savage fury. It's up to you to put an end to the nightmare before the Mad Doctor unleashes them upon the world. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveals it. Shuffle the encounter deck. That comes in, it has a threshold of 16. Forced response is the same. If this scheme is completed, the players lose the game. It comes in with 2 on it and gets 3 per turn because of the acceleration token. And it had 2 on it, if I remember correctly, which I may not, but we'll say it did. So it starts with 2 on it. So Zola schemed on this side. Now he wants to attack, but he's stunned. Fantastic. I'll take it. Ultimate Bioservant wants to attack. We'll let 1 go through, down to 5. We have encounter cards. And Steve gets under attack. Civilians are under attack. We need your help fast. Each player chooses to either place 2 threat here or deal 3 damage to their hero. And we forgot to get these dudes out. Which means that these guys would... hers would have attacked. So we're going to get an Ultimate Bioservant out for her. And a Berserker Mutate out for him. He has Quick Strike. He's going to attack for 3. Down to 2. And then he would have attacked for 1 more. She'll just take it. Alright, this has an exclamation mark and has 3 on it. And both are going to place, ouch, 2 threat there. So, that's 4 more. And that's not pretty. And it has exclamation, so we can't deal with that. Really, we just need to take Zola out. He comes in with a tough status card. And then the second encounter card is Mind Ray Treachery. Zola attacks you. You are stunned. Okay. So we're going to have to block now. She blocks for 3. Zola attacks for this. Place 1 test counter on the main scheme. That means this is up to 3. So he attacks for 2. She blocks it fine. And we change the first player. We'll pay 2 here to get out target acquired and spycraft. Actually, we'll flip her over first. We'll flip her over first. That way we get to draw a card, and we get Winter Soldier. So we need to use the Quincaria for covert ops. So that's 1, 2, and 3 because it's not a yellow card. So we still have Winter Soldier in our hand, and covert ops is an action, but it's not a hero action, so we can do it on her alter ego side. Remove 4 threat from a scheme, confuse the villain. Well, there's only 2 on there. Oh, we can do it from here. 3, 4. I know what I'm thinking. Only 3 there. That's good. We can confuse the villain. That's fantastic since she's on that side. And that's all I've got for her. So, Cap, I think, let's put out Shang-Chi, pay a energy resource. And if you play an energy resource, you can stun an enemy. Let's stun Zola. And then I'm going to get rid of Avengers Tower and Avengers Assemble. Pay 1. I need to do another heroic strike. I need to whittle him down as fast as possible. Before I do that, I need to heal. So 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I also need to flip him over so that he can do his heroic action. That would be smart. Okay, let's try that again. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down to 8, and he's stunned. So I actually didn't need to pay that. This would have done it anyway. So let's not pay that. So that's gone. I will spend a resource to ready him, or a card to ready him. And Cap would actually take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. He's down to 2. That's a very scary number without his helmet out. So Shang-Chi and Cap together will attack this guy right here. He's gone. Okay, Super Soldier Serum still in my hand. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 4 cards, excuse me. 4 cards. Fearless Determination, Black Knight, make the call, and Shield Block. Oh, Shield Block came at a great time. We will keep Winter Soldier because he's cheap now, and get 5 more cards for her. And Genius, Strength, Acrobatics, Surveillance Team, and Power of Justice. Okay. Ready everything up. Okay, 3 on this. 2, 3, 4, 5. This gets 1. And then we take a 3 off of it. So first player is Natasha, so she's going to get piled on again with a Berserker Mutate, who attacks right away and does 3 damage, down to 1. So we've done this and this. Now he wants to scheme. He's confused. He wants to attack. He's stunned. And then we have encounter cards. Oh, he gets to scheme, he gets to scheme, he doesn't scheme. So 2 more going here, 5, 6, 7. And then encounter cards. First one's Natasha. It is Concussive Blast. Okay, so it's a treachery, but it is an encounter card, so we're going to discard this, to discard that, and draw another one in its place. Experimental Weapon. He gets +1 scheme and +1 attack. And then this one is Test Subjects. And we've seen that one before. +1 to the card draws. Hoping we don't have much more in the way of card draws. 4 goes on that. And the heroes, I think they have to deliver on this turn or they're not going to make it. Fearless Determination to draw a card. It's Avengers Assemble. Let's see who I can make the call with, maybe. Okay, I think we're going all in on this turn. So we're going to play Make the Call to get Moon Knight out. I don't have a resource to pay to draw 2 cards. That's okay. We'll pay 1, 2, 3. Wish I could get Avengers Symbol out to get out Black Knight. And then all of these are on her, so there's nothing keeping him from going. So he retaliates for 1, 2, and 3. So no matter what, this is going to kill everybody. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That does him in, and it does Cap in. Cap is knocked out, down to 0. And both Cap and Zola are gone. And that was Zola from the Rise of the Red Skull campaign of Marvel Champions. And I have to say, our heroes keep delivering. I have really enjoyed this campaign box. I think I like all of the villains in this far more than I have probably any of the villains that have come previously. Maybe not. Green Goblin's up there. One of the mutagen formulas up there. But man, I really have enjoyed this campaign and individually these villains. I've enjoyed what they've brought to the table. Now, I'm ready to go up against Red Skull himself. Oh, I'm so excited about that. One of my favorite villains, probably very top non-Spider-Man villain. I do have the newest pack, Once and Future King. He's the newest villain. If you don't know how this works, every month FFG releases a new pack. It's either a hero or a villain. And after a cycle, they release a new big box. A campaign box is supposed to be what it is. I've heard rumors of what the next one will be. I don't want to spoil it here because they haven't officially announced it as far as I know. However, I've heard great things about this. And we're not a Marvel Champions channel, but I would like to revisit Marvel Champions every so often with new content. Maybe play some new heroes that I'm excited about, or a new villain that I'm excited about. I believe the next one is Baron Zemo as a full villain rather than just a nemesis. And I like Baron Zemo a lot. I like a lot of Cap's villains. So let me know in the comments below, how often would you like to see this? Maybe we pepper in some Marvel Champions playthroughs as bonus episodes. And then whenever the next scenario box, campaign box comes out, we do another full campaign. But I do want to move on to other games so that other people can discover all of these wonderful solo games that are out there. So let me know in the comments below. You'll start to see new links to things that you see on the table I've gotten questions about. Common items like the gear I use, or what are these things and where did I get them? None of this is sponsored. There are Amazon affiliate links for anything that you want to buy off of Amazon. It doesn't cost you any extra money, but it does help the channel out. Also, I've started a Buy Me Coffee account. If you want to donate to the channel, feel free to. It's not required. I hope you enjoy the content free of charge, but it just helps the channel. All of it's going to go back to making this better experience for everyone. Think about clicking that like, clicking that subscribe, and definitely hit that bell icon because we have some Halloween episodes coming up. And if you haven't seen the teaser trailer for that, check that out right now. I hope you'll join me for the Halloween episodes and definitely come back next week as we take on the Red Skull in Marvel Champions, our finale to this campaign. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for joining, and as always, happy gaming.